What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and I hope you're all doing well today. In this episode, we'll be going over the Dragonflight pre-patch event, which releases on November 15th. This includes a redesigned Uldaman dungeon for level 60 and higher players, as well as an open-world event where our newest foes, the Primalists, will invade several zones across Azeroth.
Thwarting these Primalist Invasions will reward a new bind-on-account currency, Primeval Essences, which will be used to stop Diablo. Sorry, wrong Blizzard game, I'll be leaving now.
Well, that was random. Anyways, this currency is used to purchase item level 252 gear for every armor slot in the game. This puts it, frankly, on the low end of overall item level gear. However, it does have the added benefit of being a unique color variant of the gear you're going to earn while questing throughout the Dragon Isles. So for transmog collectors, the item level is kind of a moot point. 252 gear can still help new players or brand new Drakthir Evokers though, as this event launch is the same day that you'll be able to create your Drakthir Evokers for the first time if you've already purchased Dragonflight. And since the new Primeval Essence currency is bind on account, you can send this to any of your characters on your account so that they don't get one shot while doing other content like world bosses, dungeons, raids, or battlegrounds. When the pre-patch event starts, you'll receive a quest to talk with either Abyssian or Wrathion, depending on if you're Horde or Alliance respectively. This very short quest chain will get you caught up on the plot for the upcoming expansion, as well as some hidden cutscenes that aren't yet available while I was testing this on the public test realm. You'll be introduced to a number of characters as you assemble a crew for your Dragon Isle expedition, with multiple breadcrumb quests leading you to the new Primal Invasions, the Uldaman dungeon revamp, and the level 60, item level 252 gear vendor as well. For Horde players, this will all be located on the Zeppelin Tower near the coastline of Durotar, just outside of Orgrimmar, and for Alliance, your event vendors and quest givers will be on the docks of Stormwind. You'll have two quests that'll point you in the right direction for taking part in the Dragonflight pre-patch event goodies. A primal threat will require you to collect 10 motes of primal energy and rewards you with 30 primeval essence, some gold, and the new primal stormling pet. These are dropped by enemies in each of the primal invasion zones. To know which primal invasions are active, just look at your main map of Azeroth, and you should see these glowy rock icons with a couple different colors on them in multiple areas of Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. So far, it seems like normally 3 of the 4 invasion sites will be active for a few hours at a time. These events take place in the Northern Barrens, Ungoro Crater, Tirisfal Glades, and the Badlands. There are 4 different elemental invasions, and they are
Storm, Earth, and Fire. Heed my call.
No, not quite, since there's 4 of them, not 3, though that song is pretty catchy. They are Earth, Fire, Storm, which is kinda wind, and water, and I barely have the heart to make this joke, but with their powers combined, they are the Primalist Invasion types. The element of each invasion site can change every 3 hours by the looks of it, and every 30 minutes or so, the invasion event actually triggers. Once you're in an invasion zone, you'll know if it's active because you'll see a big skull on the map instead of one of those glowy rock icons that are scattered around the rest of the area, and there should be a giant elemental enemy that is immune to damage. To break its immunity and fight it, you'll need to drop the elemental protection bar down to 0, which just means help kill all the other elemental thingies in the nearby area until the bar is empty. Once you do this, the big elemental becomes active and the real fight can begin. Each of the 4 elements has their own mechanics, so just avoid any ground swirlies or bad looking puddles and bring its health to 0 before yours reaches 0, and it'll work every time. Be sure to loot all the enemies you kill, including that big boss, because they'll all drop primeval essences, and potentially some 252 item level gear as well. A rare drop also comes from each of the 4 elemental bosses: Dimmed Primeval Fire, Water, Storm, and Earth. If you collect all 4 of these rare drops during the event, you can combine them to make a brand new Heirloom Trinket, the Unstable Elemental Confluence. Unfortunately, I've had no luck getting these to drop yet, and I've killed these bosses multiple times on the PTR, so I can't say exactly how rare it is or how great the trinket really is. By the looks of it, it's only going to scale up to level 59, so at most it'll be item level 183 like other heirlooms that scale to level 59 when fully upgraded. The benefit of an heirloom item is that you can use this trinket on all characters on your account by accessing it via your heirloom tab. However, being it is potentially a very low item level reward and the tooltip is very vague, it's hard to say how good this will end up being. At best, it might just be nice if you're leveling a new character, since you can use heirlooms as low as level 1, but item level 183 is extremely low when you're going into Dragonflight, since all these other events are giving 252, 272, 285, and that's just for the regular gear from event items. This may change by the time the event is active, but I am pretty doubtful of this. There is also a hidden achievement for killing all 4 of the different elemental bosses against the elements. So if you're an achievement point hunter, then you'll want to make sure you do this, because it'll only be able to be done during the event. The Primeval Essence vendor does have a variety of goodies other than gear that you can purchase. For 100 essences, you can buy the Bag of Furious Winds toy. This lets you pull a Moroku from Inuyasha and you whip out your very own wind tunnel and can suck up nearby critters. For a mere 5 essences, you can purchase a 20-slot Reagent Bag. This Reagent Bag occupies the new extra bag slot introduced in Dragonflight, and can only be used for crafting reagents. This is a virtually free way to get some extra inventory slots while you're leveling, and then later on you can purchase a larger Reagent Bag from crafters on the auction house. The Uldaman revamp is a huge way to get some easy item level 278 gear. However, there is one thing I'm still uncertain of. Normally, to queue for a dungeon, you need to be above a certain character item level, based on your gear. Currently on the PTR though, this isn't the case, and literally anyone who's level 60 is able to queue in. I can't say exactly if that's gonna work like that once it's on live servers or not, so I would recommend just in case grabbing some of that Primeval Essence vendor gear, or checking out my other recent video which goes over all the world bosses that are currently active, which can give you up to item level 285 gear. Regardless, Uldaman is a really great source of loot, and the best part is you're guaranteed a item level 278 weapon from doing it at least once. This is thanks to the dungeon quest, Legacy of Tyr, Secrets of the Past. You can queue for this by using the dungeon group finder and searching for the specific dungeon section. This way you don't have to fly all the way to the Badlands to partake in this dungeon. Again, this ensures you'll have a pretty decent weapon or offhand, as well as a lot of transmog rewards, since any quest completed now gives you any missing appearances that were eligible rewards, as long as it's an item you're able to equip. So as a rogue, by doing it, I actually got the appearance for the crossbow, even though I don't wear a crossbow. The new Uldaman dungeon is a fairly straightforward setup with 5 bosses in total, which means you have 5 chances per run to get a piece of loot. It also doesn't hurt to get in there and try it a few times, since this is one of the dungeons you'll potentially end up queuing into while leveling up to 70 in Dragonflight. So this gives you the opportunity to get the hang of it, although it isn't part of the Mythic Plus rotation until Season 2 if that's something you care about in the future. Anyways folks, I hope this video helps explain the new Dragonflight pre-patch events that are going on. This will all be active until Dragonflight launches on November 28th for its worldwide release schedule. So I recommend taking advantage of some of the easy ways to get gear that are currently available, as well as getting unique transmog, toys, pets, and other rewards too. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask in a comment below. I always try to answer as many of them as I'm able to. And as always, my appreciation and gratitude to all of my viewers, patrons, and Twitch subs. You all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.